Alright, so I was at school
Right?
and I accidentally beat my security guard.
You got what by security guard?
I beat it to my security
You beat it to your security guard.
at school. Like at
It's not really that dark or anything, but so I'm really poor, right? So I sell mega files. Anyone in chat DM me, I'll send you a mega file for $5, or I'll send you any OnlyFans model entire archive if you give me Nitro. That's it.
That's your confession?
Yeah, DM me, guys. Any OnlyFans model, I'll give you their entire mega file.
Yeah, W promo.
So basically, on March 3rd, 1969, Navy established an elite school for the top 1% of its pilots. Its purpose was to teach the lost art of aerial combat and to ensure that the handful of men who graduated were the best fighter pilots in the world. The Navy called it the
this guy stinks!
Alright, so it's not really that deep, dark. It's pretty normal. I've done it.
Alright.
Chest.
You good?
A nutty contest with my homie. You know.
Wait, you had a what?
Nutty contest. You know. Pretty normal. You could do it the fastest. But
Right.
yeah, I lost.
What was his time? Yo, you see, you troll them back. When you troll them back, it fucks with them mentally. They don't know what's happening anymore.
Hello?
What's good?
You do it so fast!
He's got a fucking parrot for his head, let's go!
So as of now, many of you are probably fully aware that the new killer to Dead by Daylight is Pyramid Head. I personally have never put time into Silent Hill, playing or watching the movies, but already playing this killer, he seems like a lot of fun. With every update coming to Dead by Daylight introducing a new killer and survivor, there are always 3 new teachables for each character. The Executioner or Pyramid Head's 3 teachables are Forced Penance, Trail of Torment, and Deathbound. Forced Penance will put a survivor in the broken state if you smack them while they're taking a hit for someone else. Trail of Torment will cause you to be undetectable after you kick a gen for a certain amount of seconds. And Deathbound will cause a survivor to scream if they heal someone far enough away from the killer. And then if they separate themselves away from the person they healed, then they go oblivious. I know I'm not the first to say this, but I feel like these perks aren't really that good. They're not really your top tier meta perks that people are going to enforce into their common everyday builds. Pyramid Head's power is called Rights of Judgment. This is honestly one of the most detailed powers, and while I could try to explain it over the next couple of minutes,
Oh shit, oh my god, I'm OP bro, I'm fucking OP.
How's it going, everyone? I've been watching a lot of DBD streams lately, and I've noticed a really common unhealthy trend, and maybe you've noticed it too, where going into a match, you kind of already know where the match is heading, and it's pretty obvious it's going to be very unfun for the streamer. And you can know this in the pregame lobby by the offerings in the loading screen, seeing what map you got the second you load in, or just by the way the killer or survivors are playing within the first minute of the match. And from that point on, it's basically just a downward spiral of tilt, talking about game balance during the match, complaining, being miserable, and obviously anything happening with streamers is also happening to the players who play the game every day. This is why I wanted to talk about managing realistic expectations for a match. This is very important if you want to still have fun playing DBD. I'll use a match I played recently as an example. I wasn't recording originally, but all 4 survivors put on Salty Jar of Lip offerings, which not only means they're a 4-man survive with friends, but that they're going to be using a luck-infused playstyle that basically allows them to unhook themselves for free. With stacked luck and slippery meat, it's a very high chance that you'll unhook yourself. If you add off the record to it, I would essentially be gaining nothing by tunneling, and survivors never need to waste a second by getting off gens to come unhooked, so we completely steal the killer's momentum and put them in a corner where there aren't really any right answers. If the killer tunnels off a hook, the survivor has 2 health states anyway for 80 seconds, and if you start a new chase, that survivor heals in 16 seconds and pops straight on a generator. It's a very stressful thing to play against. Meanwhile, I was just trying to get a daily challenge done with Raid. I didn't by any means have a great build. I was using a Hunter and Veil versus Evil build with 0 gen defense. Plus, it was a farm map, so all around a very rough match ahead. My initial reaction was that this match was going to be really annoying and frustrating. Do I really want to deal with this right now? But I chilled. I said, yeah, I'm probably gonna lose, but I'm still gonna try to play as well as I can and see what happens. I set my expectations straight from the start. By doing this, I avoided getting annoyed. I wasn't thinking about game balance mid-match. I wasn't thinking about what the survivors were thinking or trying to decipher if they wanted to piss me off. I was just focused on the game and trying my best. Again, with very clear expectations of how the match was going to unfold, yet I played pretty well, got a tiny bit lucky, and even ended up winning. But that doesn't always happen. The other day I got Larry's when I was playing as Bubba, so I basically could use my power throughout the entire match, and I got one hook but with 0 salt because I knew the second I saw the map that my ticket was punch. All of this might seem that doesn't always happen. The other day I got Larry's when I was playing as Bubba, so I basically couldn't use my power throughout the entire match, and I got one hook but with 0 salt because I knew the second I saw the map that my ticket was punch. All of this might seem like a very simple point I'm trying to make, but it seems to be overlooked by a lot of players. And try to understand, it doesn't have to be so over the top like this match was. It can be as simple as getting rotten fields when you're not running any gen defense. That match is basically screwed from the start just because you got an unlucky map. It goes both ways as well. If you see a killer put on a mid-witch offering and it ends up being a Starstruck Elder God nurse, that match is going to suck. Typically in this situation though, you'll hear a streamer tilted the entire time about how unfair it is or how unfun nurse is, and sometimes even rage quitting. And it's not that we don't all empathize, it's not that they're wrong, it's just that they're digging a hole for themselves before they even cross go. And this all just creates a mindset that Dead by Daylight is a bad game. The devs have no clue what they're doing. It's just one big soap opera. It's not that there aren't valid criticisms, it's just that it's best saved for after the match. It's much healthier, and this really isn't directed at streamers in general, it's more for everyday players that get really frustrated playing DBD. The game is often very much rigged against you, which is why players who carry large egos can be so cringe. Also, keep in mind that the game can also be rigged in your favor. It's just this very obvious aspect of the game that needs to be much more widely accepted. This is a bit of a tangent, but keep in mind the game was never really meant to have 6+ year lifespans in my opinion. That's as long as entire old consoles meant to have 6+ year lifespans in my opinion. That's as long as entire old console generation cycles used to be. People who started playing DVD when they were 12 are literally adults now. The amount of problems that are going to creep up in a game when it has existed for such an unnaturally long time isn't really that shocking. The skill gap of players who literally dedicated their entire childhoods to this one game is equally understandable, so relax, brace yourself for the match that you're about to play, and just focus on it, or pop on Spotify if you want to. Just try to avoid getting frustrated by things that are largely out of your control. Lastly, this might all just seem like copium, but to some extent, life is copium. We all have to learn to make the best of shitty things sometimes, and if you want even more therapy lessons on how to enjoy Dead by Daylight, you can check out my How to Play Killer Without Going Insane video here. And on that note, let me know what it is about DVD that kicks your mind out of the game more than anything else.
Today, we were playing on the world's hardest map. I say that on AI Gen. I say that on other maps. I mean it this time. We're playing on A World today, which means you get pretty much nothing to go off of. You get no language, you get no architecture, you get no clues really besides the vegetation, the trees, and the road, okay? And I'm putting this out there now before people come in and or comment if you're watching it on YouTube. We will suck. You will see people get continents wrong. You will think that we're at the game, okay? It's okay, because this is a very hard map, okay?
But Ziggy's from
oh, that's Falkland Islands.
Oh yeah, yeah, I
that's
think
the
so.
Falkland Island tracker. Pretty sure.
That can go good.
Someone
What
can
else
insta
is-
send, so they don't have time.
Yeah, cool. What else can
This
this be?
road, yeah.
Well, it sounds
I'm on
green
the red
then.
road.
You're right, you are a noob. Alright. Bada win.
fruit.
I mean, it's yeah. I mean,
Nah,
the
it is
Foxman's
Foxman.
tiny. Yeah, it is definitely Foxman. What else could this be?
I don't know. Wait, what?
Pharaoh.
What? There's Pro Island Shrinker.
Yeah.